Yeah, what up? So we back at it again with another video by djmobileautoservices. Customer complaint is that they cannot accelerate the vehicle. I believe what happened was, what he explained to me was they tried to install some music on this vehicle, and since then the vehicle basically not responding to the pedal. So what they did, they threw the pedal at it, they threw IPDM box, and they threw the ECU at it, and it still hasn't rectified the problem, right? So this vehicle came in from another shop. I'm just trying to assist. I'm gonna do a little few checks. I asked them if they did, if they burst any wires, if they see anything of the sort, and they say they haven't. So I'm just gonna do my personal checks and just verify what the complaint is, right? So give me a minute. So let's start the vehicle up and see what we get.
But it's like going slow, low RPM, nothing more. Right now is going back in drive. I'm putting in reverse. I'm gonna step on the gas all the way, and that is all I'm getting. It's not revving out. Put it back in park. Put the handbrakes up. I'm gonna step on the gas, and that's all I'm getting. It's not going up any further.
Yeah, they say they scan for codes, but I'm going to do my own scan. So what I'm seeing here, I'm getting a P2128, P2138, and a P0643, right? So this let me know that is something to do with the APP, which is on the pedal. I'm not sure what was done. As I said, I didn't do visual as yet. I'm just scanning for codes. I hooked up a multimeter on the pedal just to see if I'm getting power and ground to the pedal, right? But I haven't done anything to this vehicle as yet. I'm just scanned and just verify what. Yeah, this pedal has 6 pins, right? I believe 2 is the APP signal wire, and 2 is ground, and the next 2 supposed to be the 5-volt ref, right? So as I said, the first thing I got to do is make sure that my 5-volt ref is intact, right? I have to make sure that it's not an ECU problem, and I'll make sure that the 5-volt ref is being shared throughout the system, right? This same 5-volt ref that's be on the map sensor, the mass sensor, the throttle body. So I gotta make sure that 5-volt ref is intact. Right, so I don't have no electrical diagram in front of me, so I'm just gonna put my key on, engine off, right? I'm just gonna unplug the I'm gonna leave the pedal unplugged. I'm just gonna check to see what I have and what I don't have, right? First I'm gonna make sure I have my 5-volt ref, right? So that's the key. If I don't have my 5-volt ref on this pedal sensor, that means somewhere along the line, it could be the throttle body, the map, the mass, anything, pressure sensor, that could be pulling on the system, which I highly doubt, right? But I'm gonna also check for my signal to this sensor, right? I believe what I'm seeing, actually what I was seeing on the multimeter is like it's a short, it's an open in the circuit, right? I'm getting my ground, I'm getting my 5-volt ref, but I'm having an issue with my signal wire, right? So I gotta do a little bit more digging and checks just to see what is, and confirm what I'm seeing here, right? So I'm supposed to be on this green wire, which is pin 1, and I believe it's pin 3. This is my signal wire, so I'm supposed to be getting a higher voltage on these 2 wires, right? But I'm not. Yeah, so my next step, I'm gonna hook up my scan tool with my multimeter and use my test light, right? It's a little trick I picked up, right? Just to verify things on the circuit, but I also use the scan tool as a visual to let me know what I'm seeing and how the ECU or whatever is the equipment is responding, right? So just give me a minute, let me set it up.
Right now, you see I I have 6 wires up there, right? The first wire is APP2 signal. The red wire is the ground. The next green wire on pin 3 is APP1. The orange and the brown is a 5 volts, and then right down back probe for APP2, that's supposed to be our ground, right? And right now, if you notice, I'm getting 5 volts off of that, but I'm not supposed to, right? So what I'm gonna do is just take my test light real quick and just apply a ground to that wire. And if you see that I'm watching this side here. If I see that it's dropping off, that means, yeah. So if I apply a ground here and I scan for the code, that's supposed to remain off. That code supposed to come off and don't come back, right? So I'm gonna just apply a ground to it. I'm not gonna hurt the ECM because right now its sensor is saying 10 volts. So I'm gonna apply a ground to it, right, and see if the code comes off. If the code comes off, well, we know we have the ECM. Actually, the customer wanted to throw a brain at this. I believe they throw a pedal sensor at first, and they try an IPM box. A fuse box is nothing like that. The problem is this is missing a sensor ground, right? So I'm just gonna check here. It could be where they was installing the music that caused it. I'm just gonna apply a ground to this sensor 1 here, and you see that it's pulling down. Hold on, focus. Come on, camera. Right, so you see I'm getting 0.8. They're supposed to be mimicking each other. So this is not you see I'm pulling it down with just applying a ground to it. So this is not a ECM problem. This is not a pedal problem. This is a harness issue that they have. Somewhere they have a break in that wire that basically getting a 5 volt feed. Right, this is missing a ground. Right, so we're gonna track down this ground wire. As I said, I don't know what was done. I'm just trying to assess and help them. So they gotta find this sensor ground for APP sensor 2. Right, so as you see, I'm applying a ground to that signal, that ground wire for APP 2. Right, you see that I'm back in my range. I'm low voltage, so of course it will be throwing. It will throw the code for low voltage, right? Because the ECU is looking for 0.760, right? But right now you see I'm in my range, right? And let's see what's going on. So it's not mimicking each other, but it's also helping me diagnose this vehicle, telling me that that's the problem. The problem is that gray wire. So I'm not sure if when they was installing their music or something like that, that they pinched the harness, or if it's coming from the ECM. No, it's not coming from ECM. The ECM is doing what it's supposed to do. That is a harness issue that they are having here. Right, once we remove that ground, it's gonna go right back up. Right, so I'm I hooked up my little gadget here on the ground. Right, this test light is running straight to APP 2 sensor ground. And right now, you see that 0.6 volts that you're getting? That's me really just playing with my variable resistor here. I can vary. Look, I'm just turning it. I can vary how much resistance I want to add to the circuit. Right, so let's raise it to the 7.6 that we normally see. Anything between, right, with anything that could put me within range with a ECM will believe that everything is good, right? So as I said, I'm hook my test light up to sensor ground. All right, sorry, let's hook this back up. Sorry. Oh man, yeah, it's kind of difficult to troubleshoot and film at the same time. All right, so let's clear these codes. If the code comes off, right, as you see the multimeter is saying 0.78. If the code comes off, that means that that is the issue that we are having here. But if it remains, then well, I gotta try another avenue. Right, so let's read. I'm not supposed to get the APP sensor code. There you go. Right, so right now my voltage is reading 0.78. Right, I got my test light hooked up to a ground and a variable resistor, and I boogie off of sensor 2 ground. So let's go into read data. Let's go all signals. Let's pull back up the PIDs again for acceleration sensor here, right? And I'm supposed to be seeing this, both of them mimicking each other. You see I'm in range, right? Let's graph it. Of course the voltage will be a little high because remember I got like a substitute thing hooked up here, right? But yeah, let me see if I can bring it down a little bit so it'll be close to one. Right, that is me just playing with my variable resistor here. And yeah, so it's supposed to be within range. So right now I'm checking the ECM to believe in that this is what I'm seeing. Let's read fault codes again. Right, so you see it come back on because right now I'm out of range, so I gotta pull it back up. Let's raise it back up again. Leave it right there. Right, so let me raise it up again. Right, let's clear codes. So I'm not supposed to get any codes for the APP sensor because right now it's reading 0.6, which is mimicking APP1. Right, so that is how I diagnose this vehicle. So right now the problem is that APP1 is missing its ground. I'm not sure what was done on this vehicle. Let's see what this client did to his vehicle. I believe they was trying to install some music or something like that and probably pull on the harness. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna just probably do a wiggle test and take it from there. Right, so that's how we diagnose things around here. Thanks for watching. Hope you like what you saw. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I'll leave a link for the tools that I use in the video. You can hit it up. That will help support the channel, right? And appreciate all the help. And thanks for watching. Matter of fact, I wonder if I turn the vehicle on, if the code will come off, the check light will come off. While I have this, it's just a bonus video here. Let's see. All right, so you see the check light is off. All right. You see, I'm still reading the same voltage. That's how I check the ECM. Still hooked onto sensor ground. Right, still not getting the codes. Let's actually, with the vehicle running, this customer was complaining that he was not able to accelerate his vehicle, and he brought this in. As I said, it's another shop. It's not my job. I just try to help out. So let's graph this here. Yeah, these two are supposed to be mimicking each other, but I'm just using the multimeter right now to, narrow down this. But you see that is actually looking the same. Just this voltage will be high because and check light is off. Alright, so I'm going to switch it off real quick. Don't want to damage anything, and I'm just going to take it from there. So I had to take apart the harness area where they was installing the music so I could do a proper visual inspection. And as you can see, you see broken wires, and I believe this is wires that's going to the foot pedal, right? So we're gonna do some repairs on this wire and do back our checks and verify what we get. And I believe this should be a happy customer once we get this fixed. With the harness repaired, right, we found the wires that was broken behind the firewall. Right, with the harness repaired, I'm gonna just check my my connections inside by the pedal to see what values I'm getting and see if I could clear this code of the APP sensor circuit code. Right, so what we had here was a case of, as I said, I don't want to say poor installation, but it was, because we found some broken wires going through the fire harness. So let's go to this vehicle here. Check light is still on for now. Alright, let's change this light. Alright, so right now I'm getting 0.38 volts, right? And I'm hooked on pin 6, right? So I'm hooked on pin 6. Remember before I was getting high voltage. Let's take this light off. Remember before I was getting high voltage on this pin, right? And also it looked like it was multiple wires that was broken. So I'm gonna check my signal wire, which was the green wire, and see if I'm getting sensor ground. Okay, so right now I'm getting 0.38 volts on the same gray wire that I was getting high circuit on. So I'm gonna go on to the pin 1, right, which is the green wire. And let's see what we gain, because also the green wire had a open on the circuit too. So I'm getting 0 volts. So this is like signal ground, I guess. Right, so let's go back on this wire again, where I'm getting 8 millivolts, which is real good. Right, so with the repairs done on this vehicle, right, the check light should be off now, right. Was able to help the guy out where he the next technician was able to fix the wire and harness, right, that was damaged on the firewall. So let's start this vehicle and see if the check light comes off. Right, so the check light remains off. Right, I'm gonna press the acceleration pedal and see if it makes any difference. Right, before he wasn't even getting that. So yeah, we want to call this a fix. And we're just going to neaten up as much as we can on the right. So we're gonna repair, make sure everything is good, hooked up on the firewall before we button up everything. And yeah, let's call it a fix.
So I left the link in the description of all the tools that I was using in this video. So I hope you like what you see. Remember to smash that link, share, like, comment. I appreciate everything. So until next time, take it easy, be safe out there.